The plot begins with a basic mage dying, then reincarnating as a prince with massive magic, because the series operates on isekai logic of character wishes for a thing before dying, then gets the thing they wanted. The plot is pretty much the standard power fantasy nonsense with the overpowered main character who ignores their own series' power system to an obscene degree. Though the fights in this show follow a trend in anime, to cut that trend short, it has terrible choreography. The action in this story is extraordinarily bad looking. If you actually pay attention to what's happening, it's all just spinning around, bad posture, terrible movement. If you're one of those people that think good action equals character moving around fast and them failing about, then you'll probably find this entertaining. But if you actually observe what's happening and process what's going on, you find yourself obscenely disappointed. A big example is the fact that the woman is holding a sword even though the posture she's doing it at is extraordinarily bad. And the way she's holding it would literally be humanly impossible to grip seriously. The action and movement of these characters in a fight look awful. It's completely impossible to take anything they do seriously. Also, the main character is a broken Gary Stu, which means that the fights are probably going to be hyper-loaded with power-ups going forward, with even more obnoxious power-up syndrome coming up. Characters spam 4 magic ability at once in order to compete with higher-ranking swordsmen. Oh, so amazing! Pointless. The next fight is basically he makes a Demon Lord actively fight against a shield. Demon Lord fires giant blast of magic. His shield takes no damage. He just sits there. More magic blast and blah 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 blah. Then he still takes no damage. Now all this would be enough to see the story is bad, but I'm about to go into why the story is actually bad. The series overloads the main character's face with hentai faces, and has extremely sexual undertones about minors. Why, on God's green earth, does he have a blatant hentai face every time he casts a spell? Why does he pose and walk like a girl, and why are there so many shots of him grabbing his hips? If you say I'm thinking with a sex-addicted brain, you're being disingenuous and you know it. There's no place on earth a series that is this in your face isn't weird from even a casual observation. And the fact we have people saying this shit is a problem. I find it odd how people can defend a show that is blatantly fetishistic towards Shota by saying people are just making up the sexualized content, then praise the sexualized content in the same breath. There's nothing wrong with sex stuff or porn, alright? I need to make that very clear so people don't know I'm like a Puritan. But the problem is that with anime, a massive issue is them giving mainstream storylines to hentai plot and writing. It's becoming a massive issue as more and more series come up. That's so bad, in fact, that's creating a false idea of what anime is like to people. Actual good series are going completely underappreciated and going under the radar, severely getting underrepresented, as these types of series get a whole bunch of attention through memes and all this other stuff. It looks exceedingly bad for the medium. I just want to make this clear that these types of anime do not make up the entirety of what anime is like. These series are popular and end up getting way too much attention to the point that other shows that are actually about themes and morals and ideals end up getting underrepresented, less attention, and they don't end up making the face of what anime is like. And because these types of stories get so much attention, so much memes, and so much spam across the internet, that ends up making it so that way everyone thinks that this is what anime is like, and they hate the medium as a whole, because they think this is what everything is like. So yes, this show is garbage, and it's everything wrong with the industry. I genuinely, to my core, believe that this type of show should never get an anime adaptation. These are the type of series that should stay as a manga and never see the light of day. Now, personally, I recommend anyone who watches this trash to go check out Pluto, because it's everything that the industry is when it's not loaded with perverted nonsense. This is a real story with actual themes, morals, and ideals. I genuinely pray that we get more people trying to hype up stuff like this, and not this trash that always ends up in the forefront. You see it on the YouTube clips, YouTube shorts, these isekai bros, and they go, hey guys, on this next isekai, I fundamentally fucking hate these people. And you know what's worse? Actually well-written media gets completely underrepresented because these guys refuse to even elaborate on them. Anyway, like and subscribe. Have a good day.